Morning.
Hey, morning. Good morning. You right? You good?
You good and you?
Nice day. Nice day. Quite salwater.
Nice.
Quite very nice.
Karam fish?
No, you not got fish.
No got
Oh, you
nothing.
not got fish. Me try hard full week.
Oh,
Me try hard full week. Me
Oh,
not
bad
got
luck.
fish. Instead do put in so look one fish.
where from Bonem? You no got.
Me contact me about 30 to 50 man on top of salwater with them net.
Oh,
I know got fish. And
full up man. It start fishing.
salwater every day.
Hmm.
But me try hard to kasi one fish. Me try kasi one.
Hmm.
David,
Yeah.
and me one when me wala before.
Yeah.
Stop first time. But me come behind me.
Yeah.
I think me got some man well just come behind more.
Yeah.
Some only come the last year, but me will have run the salute.
Everyone start fishing same time.
So you know more look one small fish. Me try hard but kasi one fish no got. Okay, that two I think only kasi one or two.
Yes, me look Nara man. He small no more. Small quantity. No got nothing.
But they got some they come from this size. Small,
Yeah.
small one
Yeah.
of them. But me nothing of the lunch.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we sell them.
Yeah.
Me try hard full week.
You no got nothing.
It's not got something. So me look ikam kasi mo piste me tu ini mo kat.
Oh,
Piste me curry fish.
got small.
Take a fish. Ina mo kat. All
Yeah.
piste me ya. Ina mo kat. All man natin mo sa table na ito di start tilim. So ating me meeting si ating imokot lo chief lo arakur Philip imas 2 months something.
Bonem.
Ating ikot lo mikolok chief pa mas tawam sa luta.
Stop him.
Yeah, because before me lalo 1960s they come.
Mm.
Ikat mo fish. The
See.
time population come high, so fish in mo kat now. But we must protect them fish now.
Yes.
We must try to protect them fish. Di mi katula macro, natongtong.
Yes. Yeah, you know, David start
Macro?
planting. Yes, Lona
Yeah,
side.
you got macro here. I'm sabi make a fish come.
Yeah.
Sabi for the fish. Pe officially sabi kam, sabi ko po nem het. Pe possible na plug them. Pa may ino kat fish nam.
Amen.
Pula mano li plug em macro lo net li stick mi coincide. Fish ka outside, te me waste of blame het. Ka outside to tem het, ko di karam tu.
Yes.
So I make up say I must plug them.
See, me look lo with him David lo 2014. Me go fishing with him.
Yeah.
He got one big fella fish, the butterfly fish,
Yeah.
big one. One fish 3-4 kilo. You know got more. Finish no. Lo time lo after cyclone Pam, me think El Nino. He got thousands of fish. He die no more.
So I make up say me think say ating mo ko ti mi plug them.
So you stop
me,
him.
Me say I must plug them from after meeting thing what's him. Ali make up say mi kolo na fla way out there.
How now many save kakai fish? Suppose you no save
Ah.
fishing.
I mi plug up sa water.
Yes.
I mi fitin fish lo so.
Oh,
I mi fitin fish lo so. So
how now you put
I
on?
sabi tikim crown. Iko
Yes.
ta na pot iko dukul ka talo fisheries papalika mo sabi swim you how make me make em blow me.
You got
So,
finished?
Yeah, me got small finish.
Okay.
Got fish finish. Me make em last year. So me want to say supposedly plug em salwater. So me make a fish lo house no more.
You dig a hole.
Me dig him hole after let me fit in fish inside. Me pay him fish lo fisheries tilapia.
Okay.
After me fit him inside lo hole. After around about I think 2,000 fish.
Hmm.
So I make him say me sabi ka fish lo hole. While time will stop him salwater.
You save selling fish? Blow you too.
Mi na sabi supposed enough lo pel blow me.
Okay.
Enough. So pampa mi na sala.
Yes.
Imo pa mi sala mo sam.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you save stop him fish lo lagoon
Sabi stop him salwater.
first time?
Yes, I you mi ka lo so.
Nice one. And then in 3 years he got
3
fish
years,
back
after
again.
that, you sabi open salwater pa again. Tayo mi ka salwater, you stop him lo so.
You think how many times? 3 years he
3
alright?
years he good. 3 years he good.
From
3 years up. 3 years upward. You know, say 3 years he come down.
yes,
From fish semi crow.
the medium time.
Semi crow slow.
Yes.
Fish semi crow slow. You must try and present them from big man papakot mi kim every Sunday blue mi look out him.
Amen now.
Se blue mi kam carelessly hem no ko.
Take him every something. You finish forever.
Gini blo future igam ba only haram nem blo one service pe only never look.
Yes. Amen now.
I think only haram nem blo one karong pe ba di service wem karong ya poti real poti blame wem pe.
Yes.
I think name no only haram pe.
So suppose you no stop him, beginning lo future you no got
Yeah,
fish
no
no more. So we no have fishing.
One
No?
service mo. Only service one
Okay.
fish mo. Go. Okay, la plaza y sabe lo water. Water está banda lo crown. So mi trae lo tigin, water mi pem CCP, tika, lo hemi tigim crown, after mi ko kamot lo water. Ame inside lo water ya, mi trae lo putum fish, tilapia. Inside lo water ya, so hemi crow good, but whole hemi small. So after me try blow me extend them whole blow me can pick one back again. So extend them whole you can pick one, suppose me pin good. Suppose it happens you can good. So Mr. Baskem blow chief he plug up some water. So I think me everyone him seven make a muslim. Suppose you make a muslim, but by me plug up some water and you make a kind of fish inside low on pool house no more. Suppose we 3 years you must have put them taboo. Pan about 3 years, after suppose 3 years, pambay yung stop him here, alam pambay yung kaya sa water bagan. But make him say, you still got fish, semi still on some long time igam. But suppose where you know put on pan sa water, so pambay
Beginning no have
Beginning pambay never look one kind fish ne blame karong, one kind fish ne blame service.
for me finish every
Pambay
something.
finish everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mean you mean putting on picking in blemish inside, yeah? Oh.
Yem save grow.
So okay, so hemi say hemi accept them all fish inside.
Yes, emi became good feet. Feet grow good feet.
Nice to us, yeah.
Okay, outlaw hall. CCP hemi tigim hall ya. So hemi kamantap. Sa lapis niya, isa look two kind stone. Two kind stone ya. One hemi utis sandwich. Hemi utis sandwich. Hemi
Coral.
utis sandwich. Pe narawan hemi kutla stone. All kutla stone ya. So all kutla stone ya mi pick him up. All nice stone ya. So mi carry mi go to house. Mi hit him up to one place. After sometime Miss Town with the one people iron blow me with them hammer. Small mall, so me prefer them he become coral. Me prefer them he become coral. We'll put nice stone in me. Put a stone. After sandwich in me, I mean one nice sandwich. Sandwich in me, you make a house name, I mean one very nice. So you me no place there, but by me assemble you, but by me come, but me assemble you, how now me make them.
You make him 1M, blue one
Me make him house name.
house. You use them. Yep.
So sandwich lo saya, may sabi look lo saya kat full up cell. All full up dead cell, all full up cell well long time. So you make him say me must save him. Me must save him sandwich, so me save him lo saya kat net well cell. Net well cell, me save him sandwich lo saya. After dead cell with them will sandwich call stone him we half sandwich. Me hip him up inside the foundation. Me put him inside the foundation. So make him put him foundation. So me ram put me put after out the sandwich. Yeah. Out the sandwich now. Me build him house. Me build him house for him. So me mix him with them pussy. Me pay him one coming pussy. He come. So me build him house. So.
Nice one.
Sandwich we me take him out long hole.
Nice one. You use them every
Me
something.
used to make something. Coral, I mean now, so you know,
Oh, nice. Blow agarran.
coral, me hip my bell. After people iron blow me man. Ayan po ba so Miss Town niya blo, mi pregam korel hemigam small blo yusum. How mi yusum korel blo mi. May megam sa. Mi karam hama, Miss Town, mi pregam musim. So mi mixima blo. Megam house lehem. Hemigam so small. So lo, ibi sabi talam se, ibi masona tu, ibi ka stone, but white man hemigam hemi yusum stone niya blo. Hemi ko kranem namu lo washing machine. After hemi salam bagan lo yumi. Lo magam house. But stone hemi blo yumi. Sun beach hemi blo yumi. White man hemi karam. Hemi ko hip map. After you go PM cubic. Lo company. Kamyong hemi karam megam sakam house. You tapil dim house lempe. Stone hemi blo you. Koran hemi blo you pe. How now you megam white man. You PM bagan ko lo white man. So me megam muslim. Asal dia ibu ni kam. Me megam house lempe.
Nice one. Independent.
Yes, me independent.
Nice one.